If you're serious and excited about making money online, then this video is for you because this channel is all about making money online. I don't know you, but if you can't make money from your favorite vacation destination with the help of AI making smart work easy for you, then you haven't had that lifestyle of feeling absolutely free. I've spent quite a substantial amount of time trying to make money online. I have tried several different ways trying to make money online. What I have discovered is that the processes are not very complicated. There are 1,000 ways to make $1 million online, but if the way is not suited to you and your lifestyle, then you're not successful no matter how much you accumulate or no matter how high you reach. I believe it is very important to do work that you are designed for. This is what this channel is about. It's showing the journey. Now, in the past, I have had a lot of trouble with creating content. I have had roadblocks, I have had hesitations with just being authentic in front of the camera. And I had to be really honest with myself and discover the root causes to all the symptoms. And I am appreciative that I did the hard work because in my process of self-reflection, I discovered that the problem and the hindrance with me creating content was my inability to be authentic online. I was representing someone who I was not online. A second reason that caused roadblock with me creating content was my inability to just create for the sake of creating. Now, many of you guys might not know, if you ever see this video, that the reason why I personally got into creating content was to create for the sake of creating. I am not naive to how people acquire mastery. I know that it's going to take an almost insurmountable amount of volume to actually become proficient at whatever skill I am trying to become good at. I have personally heard of 10,000 hours for mastery. People talk about 10,000 steps, and when it comes to content creation or creating for the sake of it, you can't achieve that 10,000 number unless you just become obsessed with creating for the sake of creating. If I am going to create, I need to understand that I need to be authentic in and with who I am and who I am representing before I am able to create mass amounts in volume. And to embark on a journey of creating lots and lots in volume, it's simple. You have to be yourself. It's impossible to fake it for so long, which is one of the reasons why I have chosen my attire. It's one of the reasons why I am making this specific video. It's one of the reasons why I am making this as a North Star for my future and my present goals. The goals that I presently value are going to be represented in my content. I am going to evolve at some point in the future, but with this specific venture, it's important to be aware of the North Star so as to not lose focus on where we're going. So the one thing I can mention is remote work. So it is imperative that work is done remotely, which means from anywhere in the world. My specific reason is I have experienced being able to earn Californian and spend in India. So I have firsthand seen the advantage of being able to choose where you want to earn your income. You can't be naive to not understand that certain locations do have a certain standard of living, a higher or a lower standard of living than others. And if you're able to manipulate and take advantage of the arbitrage between cities and living conditions between cities, then you can enjoy the full benefits of a remote work lifestyle. In my experience, I have learned that if I am going to ever be able to run an online business or have an online establishment that is self-sustaining, then video has to be a big arsenal in my marketing strategy. Video content is indubitably unbeatable right now because there is no replacement for being able to be present on camera. And therefore, I have understood that if this is the future, then I need to be able to become a master at a skill that is going to be so vital to the future. Therefore, a lot of my content is going to be geared towards video creation and thumbnail creation and having a better online presence, especially with video, because I have personal interest with creating video content. The benefits to your business are almost innumerable because you don't see it in the moment. You see the results 3, 4, 5 months down the line. I am wholeheartedly going to embrace video content. I'm going to create my business around video content, which I already have, and I am going to fully do my best to dive headfirst into creating videos about video content strictly. So remote work, definitely video content, which is the engine of any online business. I have also come to strongly believe in the ability to spot and value smart work. So this is a book by Naval Ravikant called Leverage. It's about leverage, and he identified 4 forms of leverage. Media was pointed out as a big form of leverage that did resonate with me. So with media instead, media is the only form of leverage that I do see to be tangible in the foreseeable future. The value of media comes after you have a huge repository. And that's a daunting goal, especially showing the journey and especially showing the day-to-day fuck-ups and the day-to-day mishaps and the flaws in my conclusions. But that is why I'm making this specific video, to explain the strategy behind what I want to do with this channel. There's no hard feelings. I am creating for the sake of creating, and I'm creating volume. Volume is the game here. The number 10,000 is the number we're trying to get to here, which means we must create 10,000 pieces of content. That's a massive number, but it's going to involve creating for the sake of creating. Now, with respect to the future goals, these might change, but for the foreseeable future, remote work is part of the future goals. So that's not going anywhere. It's important that you need to be able to create your business from anywhere. I see shift towards solopreneurship and people having and owning and running one-man businesses. And judging from what I can see, these are simply businesses that are dependent on an audience base. They create their audience base, they are the product, they have the product in their mind, their journey, their skill acquisition, their experience is the product. And that is the exact model that I want to replicate here. So with future goals, remote work is definitely part of the future goals. Big future goal, or I would say also is present, is the vulnerability with content. It's the vulnerability with revealing oneself and showing one's cards and showing how one comes to conclusion, because clearly people who are the smartest don't feel the smartest, and the dumbest always feel the smartest. It's a human condition. I want to intentionally network with remote work-minded individuals, and by that, selfishly network with people who have learned to create a life, not just a business or a job or just living and existing, but people who have learned how to create a life by lifestyle engineering and being particular about the outcome that they are headed towards. I think you earn for a goal, and for most people, sane people, it's because they're trying to design a lifestyle. I want to meet and network with these people because I believe that they have gained an insight that not many people have reached, and they must have mastered very specific tools that have allowed them to live in the way that they do. So I want to selfishly network with such minded people. I am going to sell a digital program because the information that I am accumulating is valuable, and in the process of finding an audience and creating an audience, you need to understand it's a business, and the business is what's going to help you to help more people. So I will definitely sell an online course in the future. You're not gonna know when, because I'm gonna be focused on creating first. I'm also selfishly creating to connect the flaws in my conclusions and how I think. I do believe that we're not given the best tools in life, and it's up to you to learn from your failures, but also from others. And I can't rely on just myself to understand how to make the best decisions. So, being vulnerable in front of the camera, I can expect the harsh feedbacks and also good feedbacks from people who actually genuinely want to help. So, this is a double edged sword, but it should work in my favor because most things do. So, clearly, it's a personal channel, only personal information, and we're creating for the sake of creating. We're not creating because we're trying to get to an end goal. We're creating because we want to scale up. So, scale up, creating for the sake of creating is the goal.